Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 399. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Connor Farley. What's up, Connor?
Shit.
What's up, David?
Oh, shit.
What's up, Mike D?
Yeah, right. He must have taken that picture 20 years ago. Inside joke.
I feel like I walked into the middle of the movie, but okay.
Yeah, bunch of idiots. Dumb fucks.
I'm sure you'll tell me off air what you're talking about. But anyway.
But we're dealing with people who are like non-fact checkers, and they have they're really inadequate when it comes to like doing their due diligence with fact checking and stuff. But anyways, yeah, we'll be doing a cast on it soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let me give some. First of all, I want to say how very upset I am that Roddy Piper, Hot Rod, has passed away. He was one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Piper's Pit, the grudges that he had with Hulk Hogan, Mr. T. He always teamed with Cowboy Bob Orton, with Virgil. Oh my God, he was a great wrestler. I went to where did I go to see? I went to see some of the events that they had when they had like Raw and stuff. He appeared on a couple times.
Yeah.
But I never got to meet him in person, unfortunately. And but it was just he's amazing. He did some cool movies that they live. We were just talking about that, right? Like last week, we were talking about how it was the biggest fight scene, the longest fight scene.
Yeah.
Just we're talking about Roddy Piper, like not even a week ago, bro, I think, on this show. And I can't even believe that he's gone.
I saw Jesse Ventura post something on Twitter where he said that Roddy Piper was like one of the hardest working men that he actually has ever come across. That Piper actually did like something like he did like 91 days like in a row, and Ventura tapped out at around like 63 or something.
Wow.
So I mean, he was a hard-working guy. We probably know him a lot from John Carpenter's film They Live.
Yes.
Where he was the lead character in that. A great fucking movie. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
That's right.
That great line. Yeah.
I don't know why we just keep losing them so young. I mean, is it because of all the like steroids and stuff that they've done? I mean, he didn't really.
Well, the abuse to the body, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean that too. I mean, that's just a shame.
Well, from what I recall, it was cardiac arrest. So.
Yeah, rest in peace, Hot Rod. I'm just dumbfounded. This shit happens out of nowhere, and it's like, oh.
Well, the Iron Sheik's still here, so that's what.
Yeah, I know. He was pissed. I mean, he don't like Hogan, but he misses Piper.
Fuck you, Roddy Piper.
He misses Roddy Piper. But I remember I had those big wrestling figures, those big ones, the hard ones that you crack over somebody's head, you put them in the hospital.
Yeah. We used to, when I was growing up, we used to take those. There was like a Hillbilly Jim, Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Big John Studd, Paul Orndorff, all those, yeah.
And they had the Andre with the different hairstyles.
Yeah, there was the Andre that I had was the long hair.
Long one, right.
Yeah.
Right.
We took those and we would put them out on the main road, out by the neighborhood, like at night, just being assholes. We'd go out there and like put them in the middle of the road, and or throw them out in front of cars when cars drove down the street, just to like freak them out, watch them like hit shit. We used to like tie up like ventriloquist dummies and pull them across the road when cars were coming and stuff. So
I might still have a couple.
That was my my remembrance of the WWF figures.
Right.
So, sorry, I kind of went down a trip down memory lane there.
Yeah, and I collected like tons of figures and would go to like the Manhattan Center to Monday Night Raw. Went to WrestleMania 10. I didn't go to as many events as my buddies did. I mean, they used to go to like every pay-per-view and one of my friends like flew all over the place and was always staying at the hotels with the wrestlers, just very dedicated, you know. And then but just those were the days, different time. Oh, there you go, different time period. But anyway, on that note, rest in peace, Hot Rod. And we got some news. What do you have for us, David?
Well, good news for Spider-Man fans. Our Tom Holland's Spider-Man role has been completely shot, wrapped in the bag. It's done. So as far as Tom Holland's concerned, Civil War work is done. The footage will now be sent to the screenwriters for the individual Spider-Man film, the solo one coming out in 2017, and they're going to use what the Russo brothers did with him, and they're going to try to use that for references and to how the events in Civil War will basically shape what Spider-Man's role to turn from like this vigilante into what an actual superhero.
Now, I do want to say that Tom Holland did not know about the Marvel versus DC rivalry hatred that they have for each other, the companies. And he just, when did he go onto the set of Suicide Squad?
Yep.
And took pictures with them, and then Marvel Comics went friggin' apeshit. And next thing you know, they're grabbing him. He's in a panic. His agent's calling them. Please take the pictures down. Please take the pictures down. His job was like this close to saying goodbye, okay? Just because he was hanging out with the DC guys. Wow. That was very close. They almost did a Cyclops on him. That was crazy. That time when Cyclops was going to be big in the third X-Men movie, and he signed on to be Lois Lane's boyfriend, and they flipped out and killed him off in like 5 minutes. They changed the whole script and killed him off in 5 minutes. I couldn't believe that. So it's big, man. This thing is no joke. These battles, they keep putting each other down. The guy went on one of the shows ripping apart Marvel movies and TV shows and characters, and it's ugly. It gets ugly. So that's still continuing.
Well, it does, because one company, I won't say who, is salty that they don't have a multi-billion-dollar film industry.
Oh, that'd be DC.
No, that would be Marvel at this point.
No,
What?
really?
What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying that someone's probably jealous that they aren't churning out successful movies every single year.
Yeah, that would be
They are-
Marvel.
that Marvel.
DC would be the people that are the haters.
Right.
Yeah, I know, that's what I said.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's what we said. You said no, Marvel.
Yeah, you said no. Marvel's making billions of dollars in the movie stuff.
I said a company is probably jealous that Marvel is doing it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I said.
Right, DC. Well, see, the thing is that.
Yeah, and I said DC.
God damn.
Yeah.
I
But-
tried to do it funny, and you guys make it needlessly complicated. See, this is what happens. This is why we can't have nice things, Mike D.
Timeline skewed into this tangent, creating alternate 1985. I can't wait to see Lego Dimensions with Doc Brown and the Doctor. But anyway, we went to the Lego store looking for Doctor Who stuff to buy. Nothing yet. So we're still
Well,
gonna.
they're kind of slowly revealing the Lego.
Yeah, I
stuff.
know.
I actually saw on Facebook that they were just showing off today their Lego Scooby-Doo sets. So I think they're going to save Doctor Who for last, because of course.
Well, we're on the lookout for that.
Well,
We're
we
gonna
got
get that.
some Doctor Who to talk about also.
Yeah, we're gonna do that on the Real Movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
just
mean
wanted
this
to.
show. I just mean
Yeah.
tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there because we went to the Lego store in the Staten Island Mall. And we were
I
buying
hope they
some
release a Missy minifigure so I can act out my fantasies between
so
the
you can
Doctor
rape.
and.
Well, we didn't hear that.
Legos. Again, I feel like I walked into the movie and I'll find out what this is about off air.
Connor wants to rape it.
Oh my God!
What? Stop it.
Connor likes Michelle Gomez.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, what else do we have? Oh, Ant-Man, by the way. We don't have the figures yet for Ant-Man, but
I want a Captain Jack doll.
Mission Impossible did phenomenal so far, I heard.
Yeah, and it
52
was a
million.
great film. Great film. I saw it last night.
Yeah.
Sandra and I went. I'm sorry, not my lady friend, my sister, actually, right? No,
Okay.
my lady friend and I went and saw that last night. We had a good time. It was
Very nice.
it was great. Those movies only get like successively better, and like Ghost Protocol was awesome, and Rogue Nation was really good.
I do want to see that movie. Our plans kept changing today because we actually were going to go into the city to this place called Modern Pinball, which has Sharon's a pinball machine. She loves pinball machines. So her birthday's Monday, but we were going to do that today, but then things got changed. So hopefully we get to go tomorrow. We wound up going to the Staten Island Mall today and saw some of the new stores that opened, and I tried the Stewart's hot dog place. What a bomb that was. Not happy about that, but you've probably seen that in the other video that I made. But tomorrow, hopefully, we got to go to the city. Oh, and I bought an Avengers mug. You can see on the video, too, in Spencer Gifts. Has all the Avengers wrapped around the mug. But, yeah, hopefully we get to go into the city. Hopefully we can go to Modern Pinball. Hopefully we can do Olive Garden. And if not, then I guess we'll do it next week. I do want to go to Atlantic City, though, soon, because I heard they have, like, a Walking Dead slot machine. So I want to try that out. And the Wheel of Fortune, I usually win on those, so we'll see. Lots of plans. But anyway.
I think we saw those in New Orleans at Harrah's. They've got The Walking Dead. Yeah, when we were just there like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, a friend of hers just posted that she won on the Walking Dead slot machine. I'm like, oh my God, they got those? And I'm like, when I used to go, the Wheel of Fortune when I used to win on all the time. So we'll see.
I think it was The Walking Dead. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to ask my lady friend. I mean, my sister. I mean, my lady friend. I'm sorry. But I digress. Go ahead.
David, what's going on with The Crow?
Let's see.
Well, it's a whole bunch of movies, reboots, and stuff in the works, right?
Yeah, one moment, it's loading.
Loading.
While that's loading, I can say we were talking about Mission Impossible. I read that Cruise made a statement, Tom Cruise, that is, that they could be shooting as early as next summer for the
follow-up. I heard that.
Yeah, he's really interested in doing a follow-up to it. And they end the film where you could easily see that they're going to rush right into doing another film.
Okay. Like Fast and the Furious 7.
Well,
The
Crow is looking grim at this point. Trade reports that pre-production on the film in the UK has stalled, with an entire production team departing this week, along with several heads of departments. For now, Relativity Media is only saying they still hope to go into production this fall, but a statement of some kind is expected soon.
Goodbye, Crow. Goodbye, Tron 3. And Highlander, we're still up in the air because I guess we lost our actor, Ryan Reynolds, who was going to be Connor McLeod of the Clan McLeod that can't die.
No, keep him out of that franchise. That would suck.
So you mean he's going to be like a Scottish Deadpool?
Well, he's out of it. So,
now, I want to see that now. I actually want to see
he's out. He's out. They have to recast. I don't think that would work. No, not at all, actually. I'm just Christopher Lambert was the man, and when the other guy took over, I was like, I mean, he did have the TV show too, but
that was Adrian Paul, right?
Yeah.
Like that? Yeah.
I don't know. Did you like Adrian Paul?
I never watched Highlander.
I wasn't really into that show. I was a
fan of the original, like you.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of pissed when I saw that, especially when they killed off Christopher Lambert. I was pissed. So, yeah, I wasn't happy with that. Yes, I won't be watching the Highlander reboot. And then what do we have? Another. They're doing something Fletch again, like Chevy Chase, but they're gonna reboot that too, like they did Vacation.
Well, did they do something like that with the guy from My Name Is Earl? Wasn't he like in one of those Fletch films, or they were talking about casting
They were
him?
talking about it, but I don't think they did it.
Okay.
I think Kevin Smith was going to do it, or somebody was going to do it, and then they just dropped out.
All right.
Because I mean, I don't even know how the Vacation did. So we'll have to wait and see.
I think Mission Impossible swallowed that up.
Well, we know that Mission Impossible is going to be #1, but the thing is that whoever's #2 is probably going to still make like $20-30 million. I mean, this is still the summer season, so.
And by the way, like I'm not a huge Tom Cruise fan, but in these films, he's right at the perfect point where like it's about the team, but he still is like a little bit above the team, to where you can actually like swallow what's going on with what you're watching, digesting like what's going on in the film. It's not all like a showcase on Tom Cruise.
Right.
Like Simon Pegg's great, and Jeremy Renner's great, and Ving Rhames. It's truly an ensemble piece, rather than earlier when they were like making it all about Cruise.
Right.
So it's like the older he's getting, the more humble he's getting with being in that series. So.
You know what though? It's lasted 6 movies. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze about. Really.
Well, the first one came out in '96, so it's been like just short of 20 years.
Right. Wow.
And he's still hanging off of planes and
that was real, mind you.
Yeah, it was.
I saw that. Yeah, that's great. I'll see that soon too. We go to the movies like crazy here, so. And
like the Bond films, the Mission Impossible films are only as good as the villain, and the villain in this is really good. He's not like some person who has to really be on camera and like talk about how he's going to do this or that or whatever. He's this really creepy, like reptilian sort of looking Euro guy that he really doesn't even talk that much. He's just got this really creepy vibe about him.
Yeah?
Yeah, and the action pieces are great throughout.
Speaking of Daniel Craig, me and Sharon, we just picked out a movie on Netflix to watch. We watched The Dream House with Daniel Craig. Did you ever watch that?
Not seen that one. No.
I started watching that, and it looked good. I just never like finished it because like we're in the middle of going out somewhere or something, and
it was good, but the thing is, I wasn't really. I thought it was going to go in another direction, and I wasn't really crazy about the end, but he actually wound up, in real life, marrying
Rachel Weisz.
Yeah. That's amazing. He even said that. He says, I know, he's like, even though the movie didn't do as well, I got a wife out of the deal. So that's great.
He's in a movie with the first scenario that I came across Daniel Craig was a film. No, before that actually. It's a movie. I'm trying to think of the name of it, but it's kind of like a Fatal Attraction sort of story. But it's Daniel Craig and his wife are like in a hot air balloon, and they're celebrating something. I forget because I saw it like about 10 years ago, and like 10, 12 years ago, something like that. But some guy ends up like saving their life because something happens, and it's that actor. And please correct me if I am like really.
Enduring Love. It had Ben Whishaw in it as well, who plays Q.
Yeah, it's Rhys Ifans. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Reese.
Rhys Ifans, and Bill Nighy is also in it.
Yeah, wow. And that's really worth seeing. It's a psychological thriller, and that's pre-Bond Craig.
He's in some really good movies. If you look at his filmography, he's like in Munich. He's in Layer Cake. He's in.
He was in the Nicole Kidman Invasion of the Body Snatchers movie.
Yeah, The Invasion.
Yeah.
In some good movies, and then he has The Golden Compass.
Well, to be honest, he was okay in The Golden Compass, actually.
I do that more as a joke because I think everyone just kind of wants to forget about The Golden Compass.
Yeah, it was kind of like one of those weird fantasy films. It seemed more like Labyrinth or something like that, one of those genres.
Yeah, it wasn't bad per se. Like the people who read the books obviously say it's a horrible, horrible film. But the point that I'm thinking, it's like, yeah, it's one of those movies where I think you walk out of it and you go, what was that?
Well, he's in Cowboys and Aliens with Harrison Ford as well. So
I don't even know what to make of that one.
Yeah, I never seen that, but I heard how bad it was. So
It's entertaining, but it's kind of like what you would think it's going to be as far as an action film.
maybe that's on Netflix too.
There are very few films that are enjoyably bad, though I will admit I actually recently watched a film that was enjoyably bad.
Which one?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Uh-oh.
You know what we watched? We watched last week on Netflix M. Night Shyamalan's wait, Devil. And I liked the movie, actually.
That's the one with the people.
Actually, no. You want to know what would have made that movie better?
I liked it.
No. This is not sarcastic in any way. This honestly, I feel would have made the movie better.
We're talking about the film with the people in the elevator, right?
Yes, I liked it.
I saw that in the theater.
Joe,
Hold on, David.
Why?
Hold on. Just one second. Mike D, what you saw it?
No, I was just going to say, like, I saw it in the theater, and I saw it recently, like about a month ago, again on Netflix, and I just wanted to be sure we're talking about the same film before we all progressed ahead.
Did you like it, though?
Yeah, I really liked it.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
David.
Okay, this is gonna blow your minds, but it meant like they were. You know what would have made the twist so much better? Is if the security guard was the devil.
Why?
Think about it. He's the only one who knows everything about how the devil works. No one would.
Oh, the other guy. The other guy.
Think about it.
I liked it the way it was, actually.
It's kind of like a Twilight Zone episode made into a film.
I liked it a lot.
I don't
he
think
had some hits and misses, but what?
Some misses? No, like, look, if Shyamalan's career was the Titanic, the last Airbender was the frickin' iceberg.
Well,
damn.
That was crap, but then,
No.
was good, and
I liked Signs. I really
me too.
I know. I find every time I watch Signs, I end up laughing. You know why?
Mel Gibson, probably, right?
No. It's not. It's because of the premise. These aliens are water kills these aliens, and they come to a planet that's 75% covered in water.
Yeah,
and
but
there's a theory actually that Shyamalan has actually confirmed is true, which is originally there's a lot of religious like imagery and allusion in that film and reference, and the aliens were actually going to be demonic, and they were going to incorporate the whole idea about why the water actually like a holy water thing or something like that. That's why like the water.
I thought it was perfect. In fact, if you think about it, War of the Worlds, it was the air, really, that killed them, right?
Bacteria, virus.
Yeah, basically, and this is water. I thought it was fantastic. One
thing I thought that I can't stop laughing at, and I watched someone review it. It was they actually took a clip from Scary Movie 3 where Charlie Sheen goes, "You mean they mastered space flight, but they can't get through a wooden door?"
Well, that's yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean you're an advanced alien race. You didn't bring any weapons with you whatsoever, and now I'm not saying it's a bad movie. There is some enjoyable moments, but come on, you can't.
Go and read Google like the theory behind the film with Signs and with originally what they were going to use as far as like what the aliens were demonic, and it makes more sense what they were going for in that film because Mel Gibson's character was a priest, like a priest or something, yeah, and the whole thing about him having to come to terms with what happened with his wife getting killed with the car accident and all that.
Getting his faith back.
Yeah, exactly. That if you look at the film with what originally the director himself has admitted he meant for the film to be, they thought it would be a little bit too controversial with introducing that, so the powers that be decided to kind of sway it in another direction. But if you actually go with what he initially envisioned with that, then
That
it
would
makes
have
a lot
been
more
the
sense.
better. I wouldn't have minded that if that was the case, but considering what we got, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that the film is terrible. I'm not saying that it is. I think it's kind of at the point where it's one of Shyamalan's few decent films. But when you go into the broad spectrum of his career, I mean, he's done Sixth Sense, which was friggin' amazing. You have Unbreakable, which I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
I do enjoy Unbreakable.
Well, you say that Signs was decent or whatever, but Signs was a great film, and it made $408 million worldwide.
Yes, because that was the point of his career where people were actually expecting really, really good films, and he was delivering really good films. I personally just thought it was decent. Now, I'm not saying that my word is law, and what I'm saying everyone else has to agree to. No, no, no. I'm saying that my personal opinion on Signs, regardless of the success it was, is that the film was just okay.
I thought Signs was a very solid movie. I thought that it did what it set out to do. I mean, if you're watching a movie and wanted to be creeped out, he amped up the tension throughout that film, and it had a good message behind it. And the characters were very well acted. I mean, you had Joaquin Phoenix and Mel Gibson. You know, he's a bit of a nut, but I mean, he was great in that film as far as an actor. And just the whole premise, the way that they kept amping up the tension. And I saw that in the theater, and people really jumped at a lot of stuff and were freaked out in that movie. So it did its job as being a thriller.
It's still a good movie, but it's one of those movies that I like to put in, and sometimes I like to sit down and make fun of it. It's like one of those. It's one of those movies.
The Last Airbender had a budget of $150 million. It did worldwide $319 million.
Yeah, and it was lucky to get even that.
But that still was above the production budget, though.
Because the fans were naive, the marketing was clever, and they made us think what we were going to see was a good adaptation of a film series that the director claims he actually watched with his kids. When you can't even pronounce the names of the main characters right, I'm sorry.
No, I understand that. I mean, you're saying that, that's not just the thing justice, but M. Night Shyamalan wasn't considered really a failure. I mean, if it made more money than
it is a failure.
Well,
it is. It doesn't matter if it made double the.
It made profit for them.
It made profit because of how it was. Like seriously, in the first opening weekend, obviously you're gonna make a lot of money because everyone thought it was gonna be good.
But look at even The Village, right? The Village, which a lot of people aren't crazy with, had a production budget of $60 million, and it did $256 million. So a lot of his movies,
I wouldn't judge the quality of a film on the budget.
No, I know that. I mean, some of us don't like some of the movies that he does.
If I'm not mistaken, though, I think where David's going with this, and I agree with him, is I think that even though that film might have made money,
right?
I think I think that the thing is that they wanted to franchise it. And it didn't live up to the bar that
look at the point. Like, I've made it pretty clear my standpoint on Age of Extinction. I hate that fucking movie with a passion. And look, it's made over $1 billion.
And it made it possible for the next 3 Transformers movies to be a reality.
Don't remind me. Anyway. My biggest problem with The Last Airbender was how Shyamalan, in the lead up to the film's like, oh yeah, I got this idea to direct this movie from my daughter who loves the series. We ended up watching it all together. Seriously, I am going to stand up, look Shyamalan in the face and call bullshit because there are 3 things that I find wrong with it. Number 1, the complete miscasting. Like, why are you casting the Fire Nation as with Indian actors when it's very clear from the show that they are very Japanese-oriented. And then you have the Water Tribe with Katara and Sokka being from a very Inuit background. Everyone except Katara and Sokka are Inuit. They are white. And it's seriously, and whoever they cast as Aang, I'm normally not harsh on child actors, but God, he felt so dead in this movie. He felt dead. Now, the one good thing, as I will say, is how they made the tattoos look for Aang. That was clever. They actually looked like tribal tattoos, and they didn't have it a solid blue arrow. So those would have looked up. But, it was just so. I felt like this is one of the few films where I just felt so furious of that a person who claims to watch the show, like, seriously, for any of you who want, like, and I agree with a lot of his points, and pretty much I agree with all his points, because I pretty much wrote all my thoughts down on what I hate about the movie before I saw his review, and I agree with it. Go watch the Nostalgia Critics review of The Last Airbender movie. He hits pretty much every single point on the head about it. And the thing is, he watched every single episode of Avatar The Last Airbender before he would ever sit down to review the movie. And that is dedication, because he actually did a vlog for every single episode that has come out over the 3 seasons of The Last Airbender. So he knows where he's coming from with it, and it's one of his favorite shows. So it's funny, his review, and he is justifiably angry, and so is a lot of fans. And when I heard rumors that Shyamalan wanted to make a film about Legend of Korra, the sequel series, we all just said, nope, we will not let you touch this franchise again. So yeah, that's my rant on The Last Airbender. Now I'm never going to be able to sleep because I'm so friggin' angry now. Thank you, guys.
All right, what else you got?
Well, we were talking about...
Do the Gambit thing. Get that over with.
Gambit, yeah, well, unfortunately, Channing Tatum's still going to play Gambit.
I guess somebody shelled out a little more money, huh? That's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Show me the money, because that movie would have been completely and utterly finished had he just stood away, because you're weeks away, you're done. They just paid him off. That's it.
Yeah. Good for him for holding out.
Yeah, man. Great job, Channing Tatum. Absolutely. So we're getting him as Gambit, and he's probably got some, I don't know what his deal is. Maybe he's got some royalties of the movie. I don't know if he's going to have a Jack Nicholson type deal. But, yeah, he's going to be around. I'm sure they signed him for multiple pictures and cameo appearances in other movies and stuff like that. So, go Channing Tatum. And I know that they leaked the Zoolander trailer today, right? For very briefly. I didn't get to see it, though.
Isn't that Adam Sandler? Or am I thinking...
No, Zoolander is...
Ben Stiller.
Thank you.
Yes. I get them confused.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Except that one of them is good and the other is just...
Yeah.
After Pixels, I mean... Which, I was like, we gotta go play some arcades.
Adam Sandler should retire.
Never gonna happen.
He's wasting his career on the...
Oh, I saw the trailer for the Seth Rogen movie. Did you guys see that?
Which one?
The Christmas one?
I heard about that.
Oh, it's hysterical. The night before, or something towards the night, something hysterical. I gotta show it to you guys later. Amazing. I can't wait to see that. Pretty funny. All right, gang. On that note, we're gonna go to the Rehovians. So take care. Bye for now.